Let's talk about how to use effects pedals with a harpejji. Effects pedals work by taking the output of your instrument and manipulating it to give it a certain characteristic, whether that be distortion, chorus, reverb, or anything. As a player, this is a huge plus because that means there's almost an infinite amount of sounds you can get out of your instrument. Most effect pedals only have one function, like this is solely a reverb pedal and this is solely a distortion pedal. However, there are effects boxes like this HX Effects, which has dozens of effects already built into it. Wiring up an effects pedal is pretty easy. So this is the line from the harpejji. We'll plug that into the input. And then this is the cable going to the amp. We'll plug that into the output. And then most pedals require power, so we'll plug that into the top here. And then we're good to go. So now that we know a little bit about how pedals work and how to plug them in, I thought I'd show you some of my favorite ones and the ones that I use the most when I'm playing the harpejji. So I thought we'd just start off with, let's see, we have a reverb on here. So here it is dry. All right, and then we'll plug through the reverb. And you can hear it kind of echoes out. Not really an echo, but kind of just carrying out, like you're in a room. I like to use this one because it fills in some of those empty spaces when I'm playing. I almost never play without reverb unless it's something funky or with a lot of bass. So another one that I like to use, similar to reverb, is delay. And what delay is doing is just echoing the sound that's coming out of your instrument. So I have really short delay, and you can extend the time. So if we'll put it at like, let's see, 400, you can really hear the echo. And that's cool too, and it's really fun to play around with that. But I like to keep it short and pair it with reverb. And again, it's just making that sound more full and put together. So reverb and delay are ones that I definitely wouldn't go without, and I highly recommend you use when you're playing the harpejji. So now let's get to the fun stuff, modulation. So there's all sorts of different kinds of modulation. I have 4 to show you. So here's tremolo. And what tremolo is doing is it's kind of on a sine wave adjusting the volume. So you can hear it getting quieter and louder. This is a built-in feature on a lot of E-pianos like Wurlitzers and Rhodes. And it's really just fun to play around with on the harpejji. I like to strum with it. Okay, and then we have chorus, which I'm sure you've all heard before. It's in a lot of famous songs. When you pair chorus with reverb, you get this like up in the cloud effect that I really, really like. So chorus is fun, and then I have a phaser and a flanger. Here's what a phaser does. And then here's a flanger. So modulation can be a ton of fun. All right, let's do distortion. So I have distortion on my HX Effects. Those power chords are just killer. I mean, that is so fun. You have a piano guitar that absolutely rips. I play both piano and guitar, and just this thing on lead is so good. And when you put a wah pedal with it, And that was some pretty heavy distortion, so you can go way lighter. So you can do some blue stuff. So distortion is just so fun to play around with on the harpejji. You can just pretend to be a guitar player all day long. So now that I mentioned the wah pedal, I thought it's only appropriate that we talk about the volume pedal next, which is really cool for getting like an organ sound or a pedal steel sound, but really it's its own unique sound. So what it does, it allows me to manipulate the volume with my foot. So that's really, really cool for super ambient sounds, and pairing this with chorus or anything like that is just like so cool. So those are the pedals that I use the most when I'm playing. I hope you learned something about using effects pedals with the harpejji, and if you wanted me to play something but I didn't, please let me know in the comments. I'd be more than happy to make a part 2. So let me know your suggestions, and thanks for watching.